Morning student, I'm Rose. Today we are in the second session of this chapter, that is standard 6 civics, chapter 6, the rural administration. Okay, in the last video I have introduced of this chapter what is rural administration and how the district magistrate has its own function and which are the departments he works on, which are the things he look after. Okay, so we were looking, we can say we were learning about the maintenance of law and order in the last video. So in the maintenance of law and order under the district magistrate, the office in charge of this maintaining of law and order is the SP, and under him there are so many officers who are in charge under him. Yes or no? So under the SP, which you see, Superintendent of Police. Okay, SP stands for Superintendent of Police, and under him there is a Deputy Superintendent of Police, and under the Deputy Superintendent of Police there are so many police station comes under him. Okay, and it is being distributed. Okay, so under the Deputy Superintendent of Police there are 7 to 8 police stations. 7 to 8 police stations are the SHO, that means Station House Officer. Okay, and this Station House Officer is being looked after by the Daroga, or we can say what we call in charge is the Daroga. Okay, so under the East Police Station, this SHO, that means this police station is also called the what we call Station House Officer, and the in charge of the Station House Officer under the Deputy Superintendent of Police is the Daroga. Okay, and under the Daroga there are so many assistants who assist him to work. Okay, that is the sub-inspector SI, then assistant sub-inspector, then you have the head constable, and the chowkidars. Okay, so under the one police station, these are, that is sub-inspector, assistant sub-inspector, head constable, and the chowkidars works under the one police station. Okay, and how much area that this police station covers, under that area they look after the different cases, different problems, different issues, and people of that area file the cases in that particular police station. Okay, and the chowkidars which you see, this chowkidar is being appointed in every village. He is appointed in every village, and this chowkidar is responsible for the problems and issues, whether it is land dispute, whether it is a family problem, whether it is whichever issues or whichever problem is being created, he is responsible to give a complaint or give a notice to the particular police station which he belongs. Okay, so this is how the work cases. So yesterday I was talking about what are the functions of the police station. Yes. So once more I will revise it. The functions of police station is that they work, they register the cases or complaints and they investigate it, and we can say they even take the action towards the land disputes and also the other problem issues of their own control or their own area. Okay, and we can say they take various steps during the festivals, fair. Okay, fair, or we can say whichever area the fair is being converted, they especially maintains law and order, and they also even look towards most wanted people who are already having the criminal cases. Mainly they look after towards that. Okay, so these are the things, these are the main work of the police station, or we can say this police. Okay, so next we were going to learn about, in this video we will learn about the maintenance of land records and the collection of land revenue. Okay, and under the district magistrate this also comes. These are the main functions of the district magistrate. So the office in charge of this maintenance of land record and collection of land revenue is Tahsildar at the district level. Under him there is a Naib Tahsildar, then Kanurko, and the Patwari and Lekhpal. So this Patwari and Lekhpal are working at each panchayat. Okay, each panchayat, and under each panchayat there are so many villages. Okay, so these are the lowest officer of the maintaining or collection of land revenue and the land record they keep. Okay, so main function of this Tahsildar we will talk about. This Tahsildar is, we can say, supervise the work of Patwaris and Lekhpal. Okay, under him they work, and this Patwari and Lekhpal keep the record of land record of every villages of their own panchayat or their own district. Okay, and this Tahsildar, that means who works at the district level and who is the office in charge of the maintenance of land record in the district, is supervise these all officers. These are officers. Okay, and we can say he hears the land dispute. It is very necessary. Then you have the he makes sure makes sure the other copy its land record so that they can have the proper proof of the land record. Okay, because it is very necessary for those students who are the students of the farmers who study, and it is very necessary for making a caste certificate or the revenue certificate. Okay, so these are the things. Due to that, he makes sure to keep the land records, copy of land record to the farmers. Okay. Now, if you talk about the function of Patwari, but sometimes what happens, it works at the village level, and he mainly measuring the lands, measure the lands and keep the records of particular area. Okay, whichever area is being appointed. Okay, so this is how, and he even solved the problem of small land dispute in that particular area of the village. Okay, and we can say he used to have the map of the land records. Every person's or every village's map records, or we can say of the village. Okay, or of the land. Okay, so this is how he keeps the secrets, or he keeps the proper records of the particular area of the land of that village. Okay, so this is how it's got. Okay, next we are going to learn about the other functions, that is civic amenities and development. Okay, so under the district magistrate there are so many civic amenities needed, or the facilities and the development needed for the common people. So under them there are so many offices you can see. DS, that means district deputies, civil sergeant. Then we have the DSP, DIS, that is the district inspector of schools. Then DPO, the district planning officer, executive engineer, urban local bodies, and the panchayat raj system. So these are the other main functions or other main work which is being supervised by the district magistrate. Okay, so this. Next we are going to learn about one of the most important act which was being came into force in 2005. That is the inheritance law. That is called the inheritance law. So this inheritance law, if you talk about it, is also called the Hindu Succession Act. It is also called the Hindu Succession Act. And it came into force in 2005. It came into force in 2005, or it is also called the inheritance law. Okay, so what is the main purpose of this law which came into force in 2005? Why it is very necessary to learn about this is because early days in the various Hindu castes, or various Hindu castes, what it is, there is so much discrimination between. There was so much discrimination between the men and women. Yes or no? Before that, and what was that earlier? This Hindu women were not getting the share from the father. So that means we can say after the death of any father, the land which is present in the hands of the father was only divided between the son. They used to get their share, father's share only to the son. They were not, the women were not getting, or daughters were not getting. So this faced a very economic insecurity in the life of the women. Okay, this became a very insecurity, or we can say in economics insecurity in the life of the women. Okay, that is why what happened. This section, this Hindu section, some of the in this act, what happened? Some we can see sometimes what happens. Some girls, we can say, some become so much handicapped, some are not married. Okay, by the any reasoning or any means. Due to that, what happened? They usually stay in the house of the father. Okay, their own father, and they were not getting the property or the shares which was being given to their son. Okay, so this became because of that whether from the land or whether from the father. Okay, due to that what happened, they were facing so much problem in their livelihood, Okay. So when this act came into in 2005, they started to get a property. They used to get a share from the father so that they can develop it their own way by farming or by selling it, whichever way they can live their livelihood in the house. Okay, so this was that. Okay, so this increased when this act came into force. This increased the women empowerment. Okay, it increased the women livelihood purposes. This was the positivity came after this act. Then you have the this increased the prospect of female and we can say female survival or the female child survival, because some of them are there are so many things that girls are being abandoned sometimes. Okay, so if they get some little shares of the father, then they can live their livelihood properly. Okay, so this is what. So there was again they improves the healthcare and health conditions of the women. So these are the positive things happen after when the Hindu Succession Act or the inheritance law came into force in 2005. Okay, so this is why we study this Hindu Succession Act in this chapter. So chapter is already completed. I hope you will go through the chapter properly, and if you have any doubt you can clear it in the Zoom class. Thank you for that.